Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Thank you for joining us. And today we are going to discuss about how one man's pursuit, desire to be loved by everyone, okay, but ended up making him the most hated man in Canada. Okay, that is nothing but the Canadian PM Justin Trudeau. Okay, I'm going to go in detail. Every segment which he wanted to please ended up hating him. Okay, and why he will never is going to turn back and come back as a prime minister again, but why Canada will be more happier and a better place by this man's departure. I'll go through everything. If you think only Indians hate this fellow, you are wrong. Okay, I'm going to show you Muslims hate him, Sikh hate him, blacks hate him, okay, First Nations hate him, and his own party people hate him. Nobody wants him as a prime minister. This is the man. We will go through in detail, okay? But before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, because this is absolutely a story of a man who will not stand for anything, but as the saying goes, when you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. That's what happens for this fellow. Okay, but make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, friends, and also please make sure to subscribe the channel if you didn't already, and also press the notification bell to stay connected with us. And friends, we also send out one dharmic message regarding Sanatan Dharma every day in multiple languages around the world. If you and your family wants to know about Sanatan Dharma and get connected with the roots of Sanatan Dharma, and also we send out the documentary called The Real Sikh History, The Untold. If you want those, please send us a message to +1 6479 644 by WhatsApp and stay connected with us. Okay, and again, friends, let me go through here. It's an incredible story of how not to be. The Justin Trudeau, who is most hated in Canada. Okay, in fact, his wife just left him. She had enough of him. She lived with him for 8 years. Man, that is real too much. And she left him. Okay, now let's go. Impress and how he ended up putting everybody back. Okay, let's see here. Now, this is what we are going to talk about. Okay, Justin Trudeau, why he is hated the most in Canada. Okay, now let's see. I'll go by sector. Okay, so that you are much aware. The most hated PM in the history, okay, of Canada. Why? Okay, now let's go through once. Okay, I am sure if you are watching this video, Hindu community will never vote to this guy. Never. Okay, yeah, of course there are some converts, rice bags, what do you call the anti-Indian forces, communist gang, and all those things. We are not talking about those people. We are talking about those people who practice Hindutva. Okay, and they are not going to vote for him, and that is approximately for a good 2.5% of the population. Okay, but this is only from Hindus from India. Okay, but you have Hindus from other parts of the world here also. Okay, so anyway, now because what happened with the Hindus, it's not about his spat with PM Modi. What happened was many temples got attacked in Canada. Okay, many temples got attacked, Hindu temples. There will be a Hindu temple in between. There is a mosque passed by, and there is a church and a Gurudwara. Nothing will get targeted, only the Hindu temple. And this has been happening for a last year. And this fellow will not condemn a word about it, because he didn't want to lose the vote of the Khalisani, because that's where the Canadian terrorists who are here, okay, who operate from terrorists operating from Canada, they were the one who were targeting Hindu temples. But if he says anything to them, then he will lose their vote. So he thought, okay, let me dump the Hindu community. I don't need their votes, but Let me appease the terrorists so that we can get the votes. Okay, but was he successful in that? Let's go through it. But after the Indian government, okay, took a strong action. Today, Indian government has told clearly, okay, which I have been saying in many of my videos, if you watch it, that is, India is not against Canada or Canadians. India is against this terrorist sympathizer Justin Trudeau and his bed buddy Jagmeet Singh, who is a Canadian terrorist operating from Canada and who has been boycotted, banned from getting into Bharat. Okay, so these two guys are the one who are making all the fuss with India so that the millions of people suffer in Canada without their parents are sick, they have wedding to go to, but they cannot go because these guys want to appease a terrorist in Canada. Now, so Hindus are not going to vote. Now you will say, okay, then he is appeasing the Muslim community a lot, okay, because even when the Gaza terrorists in Gaza bombed their own hospital parking lot and claimed there are 500 to 1,000 people died, Justin Trudeau is the first one who was doing the vote bank politics. He immediately condemned Israel. Friends, no investigation, no 5I, 6I, 7I, 7 years, nothing. He immediately condemned, like he did to Niger, the Canadian terrorist. When he was killed, he blamed India. The same way, this fellow blamed Israel for the racket that was mislaunched by the Gazan terrorist in the parking lot of the Gaza hospital. So Jew community is pretty upset with him, and he and his foreign minister didn't come out to apologize yet. Their tweets are still out on the public. They didn't apologize. I can guarantee you, okay, everywhere in Canada, we covered about it. Everywhere there is a Palestinian protest that is happening. Okay, so you think that okay, Jews are not going to vote for this fellow, right? You agree with that, but you will think Muslims are going to vote, right? Good one. Let me come there in some time, but I will say you a couple of quick things how they appeased the Canadian terrorists. Okay, see, the Canadian terrorists were allowed to threaten the Canadian Hindus very openly, right from the public forum and also from Gurudwaras, that they are all run by terrorists. Okay, it has been exposed and we covered it on it many times. And they said, and also they went on to say, we will assassinate who? Consulate General, and also they will assassinate PM Modi and the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar. Okay, they did that, but Justin Trudeau didn't speak a word about it. The boats are still there, no problem. Okay, he didn't say a word because he said, okay, Hindus are not going to vote for me. The terrorists will vote for me. So that is good for me because that could be another, in his calculation, the entire Sikh community is a terrorist community and they will put 2.5%, 2.44% of vote. Okay, that's his calculation. And in the for propagating that, he allowed the Canadian police to go around with the Khalistani flag. He made the Canadian police to go to the Khalistani terrorist events and more and more. And people who attacked the Hindu community were let go scotch-free. Okay, so these are all the things. But now, see, everywhere he said, I am with the so you will think the whole Sikh community is going to vote. But let me say you something. Whole Sikh community will not vote for him. I'll say why. These terrorists, Sikhism doesn't represent terrorists. It's my opinion. Okay, so but the Sikhs cannot talk about it. Like during the Bhindranwale time, it happened. Okay, you think that only the Hindus were the affected party in Punjab. That's not the case. they will attack the Hindus, and they will go and eat and sleep in a Sikh home to avoid getting arrested, and then they will rape their own women in the home after eating food in their home. Okay, this has been known history. Okay, so who is the most affected community? Sikh community, because if they talk anything about these terrorists, okay, yeah, because Hindus won't go to their shop because they see them as Khalisani. Okay, as a Sikh, okay, I don't want to go to a Sikh shop. That is their mindset right now with the divisive environment that is there in Canada, thanks to Justin Trudeau. Okay, so on the other hand, if they talk in favor of Hindus and say, I am not part of terrorism, then they will be banned from coming into Gurudwara. Then the terrorist community will put a fatwa saying don't go into their shop. Okay, so the Sikh community also won't go there, so they are the major losers. So you go this way, you get attacked, you get that way. So the Sikh community is sick and tired of them. But now let's come to the Muslim community. He just absolutely put down Jews in the most needed time. Okay, and he stoked up the hate and racism, Justin Trudeau, against the Jews in Canada so much. Okay, I know many of the Jew parents were very afraid of sending their children to the school, like Hindus parents are afraid of sending it to the school because of the terrorists from Canada. Okay, so jihadis may attack Jew children. So Jew parents are very, very scared of sending their children to the school. Okay, so he is not going to get the Jew vote. Now you will think, oh my God, this fellow is hated by Hindus. This fellow is hated by Jews, which makes sense, right? And this fellow is providing an unfriendly business atmosphere. Many of the Sikh community people are in business. They don't want this kind of thing. Okay, so now the thing is about the Muslims. What happened now? He was in the name of gender equality in Canada, in the schools, this guy allows the transgender boys to use the girls this thing, a girls bathroom. And also, friends, you know what, it is unbelievable. The children can get surgery, children can change gender without the notification of the parents, and this is openly promoted in the Canadian schools, like they did hate against Hindus. Now they want to promote gender equality. Gender equality is what you learn from Hindus. I'll recommend these guys. You know what, Hindu queens were ruling India many centuries back, when you guys don't even provide voting rights even till recently to women. Okay, and they talk about gender equality to us. This is absolute shame. What they think, folks, I'll be pretty honest with you, they think white people are superior and other black, brown, purple, whatever it is an inferior class. They talk humanitarian in the name of, they want to hide their racism in the blanket of humanitarianism. Okay, let me give you an example for that. Okay, this is Justin Trudeau when the photo arised. Okay, I will go through much in detail on it. He acted like a black guy, okay, with a black face, insulting the African community. Can you believe that? Okay, his purpose was making a black face to insult the African community. And I want to say you, the African community in Canada will not vote for this fellow. Every time they think of him, they think how he insulted them with a black face. Okay, that's what happens. Now, see here, I'm also going to say you Okay, see here, as a Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau readies himself to lead the Liberals into the 2025 federal election. A majority of Canadians, including more than 2 out of 5 Liberal voters, the party he belongs to, okay, he leads. They don't want him in the race. Okay, they don't want him. They want him to resign. Like his wife didn't want him nearby. She wanted to be stink free. She left him and gone. And see here, this is the Canadian environment. This is the welcome for Trudeau everywhere he goes. Okay, and see here, with the Muslims, okay, the Muslims against what they call the gender promotion or transgender promotion. Muslims are hugely offended and upset. which I believe, which I can understand. And guess what, folks? The parents, Muslim parents, are angry with Trudeau over dismaying their LGBT curriculum protest. You know, he even went to the extent of saying, "Oh my God, that is his core voter base." But he knows they don't have more place to go, so he says to them, "Take a fly and go." And the Muslim community revolt against Justin Trudeau. Okay, that's the thing. Trudeau won't apologize to the Muslim families over manifestation of hate remark about 1 million march for children. Okay, so this is what it is. So he won't get support of the Muslim community. Okay, now this is Justin Trudeau for you. Blackface, sexual predator, accusation. Okay, in fact, the opposition went on to say he was a drama teacher in the school. The opposition leader, who has a pretty good chance of becoming next PM, who promised he will restore the relationship with India to normal, and again to agree with him. The Foreign Affairs Minister of India, Justin Jaishankarji, has told, we are not against Canada or Canadians, but against the terror appeasing current dispensation. Okay, that's what it is. So this is what it is. So that opposition leader went on to expose him, to go to an extent to say, I know you were a drama teacher before becoming a prime minister, and we know why you were sacked from the school. Okay, if you want to know why, it could be blackface we discussed about, sexual predator accusations. Okay, he discusses this in the parliament. He didn't exactly go open on it, but he went on it, just to give you an information. Okay, he is the most hated man in Canada. Now, whom else is remaining? Muslims are against him. Okay, now let's come to the white community. You will think, okay, he is against the black. He poked fun at it by wearing a black face, so blacks are against him. Okay, so Hindu community is against him because and the Indian community in general is going against him because they have their elderly parents and back in India, are wedding in India. They cannot go to India. Now the Indian government, he wanted to put the blame on the Indian government, saying, oh, millions of people want to go to India, but the Indian government suspended its visa processing thing. And immediately Indian government has come back with the explanation saying, sorry, whenever we find our counselors are safe, okay, over there, our employees, our representatives in Canada are safe, then we will open the visa processing. So you make it safe, we will come back. Because see here, they are openly putting together their phone number, their face, and the target on the back, go and kill him. Okay, this is put everywhere. See here, kill. Okay, so, and they expect you to come and work for them. Come on. Okay, Vienna Convention. Come on, I want to say something. Okay, is it not your right to protect the consulate employees. So don't you have any right at all because you are a white fellow, white racist? Okay, you are okay with Hindus getting killed? Is that what Justin Trudeau's stand is? But anyway, now my question is, let me wrap it out for you. Okay, the Sikh business community doesn't want him because he has affected because of his decisive policy. Okay, the Hindus stopped going to the Sikh businesses. Okay, this is what is happening in Canada. Okay, and Sikh community stopped coming to the Hindu businesses. Okay, and guess what? Because there is a absolute amount of distrust between the community. Thanks to Justin Trudeau. Okay, and also Muslim community is very upset. He was booed in the mosque. Okay, when he went to the mosque, they said, "Come on, you correctly said that." Oh, you know what? Israel was responsible of firing the Gaza hospital. Then why did you change? Why did you change? To appease who? And now you are sending with the NATO, you are standing and you are sending money to Israel. So we don't want you. And he got booed and chased away from the mosque. And also, along with the gender problem, he has made for himself. Okay, and guess what? People don't want him. The Muslims won't want him nearby. They hate him. Okay, and Jews hate him. Hindus hate him. If you take white Christians, whites basically, this guy keeps on talking about free speech, free speech, free speech. If you really want to know how much free speech is in Canada, you have to see how that freedom trucker movement was crushed by Jagmeet Singh and the Justin Trudeau by branding them as a terrorist. These are all simple white parents, white husband. They're very, very family people, and this was a very, very peaceful protest against his decade of vaccination. Okay, they said you cannot mandate us to do. You either do vaccine or else, kind of thing. You cannot do that for us. And they spoke about it. In each of their homes, the police came. If you put a post against in social media against Justin Trudeau government, the police will come to your home. That's that's what is happening in Canada. Okay, and also the police brutality on the simple hard-working Canadians during the Freedom Rally, where the women, children, and men were abused by the police on the order of the Justin Trudeau, is unbelievable. And people didn't forget it. And he and his bed buddy Jagmeet Singh brought emergency into Canada and stole the money of the protesters. Think about it. If you are listening this from India, okay, it's very hard for you. We had Shaheen Bagh protest, farmers protest, which are all funded by these guys. In fact, that's one of the reasons we are going to have a video done for you in couple of hours from now, where the Indian government is saying how and why the diplomats chosen by the Indian government were chased out of India. Okay, because of their because they were interfering in Indian policies. Friends, you know what? Now they are going to come out, and in fact, we are going to do a program in next 2 hours or so. Okay, where India want to bring Canada to the grey list like Pakistan as a shelterer of terrorism. Okay, this is what is happening. So let's see. Okay, you will think, oh, Justin Trudeau is a white supremacist who is doing blackface against Africans, who is against Hindu community, who is against just because we don't have color, he will not bother about our temple. Oh, he is about our Jews, so he is not getting the Muslim votes also. On the other hand, he is not getting Jew votes. He is not getting Christian votes. He is not getting Muslim votes. He is not getting non-terrorist Sikh votes. As per Justin Trudeau and his understanding, all Sikhs are terrorists. So anytime you do terrorist promotion, all the Sikhs will vote for him. But that's not happening on the ground. Okay, many Sikhs are silent, but and afraid. They are fearful about the Gurudwara, the ticket that may come from Gurudwara and from the Gurudwara running committees. Okay, that can put their business, already dwindling business, in more trouble. Okay, but anyway, Hindu business community is of course also biggest losers. And thank you, JG. Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? This is all for one reason. What you can learn from Justin Trudeau is simple. When you appease everybody, you gain the hate of everybody. And also, when your goal is only to gain popularity and not, you don't have any sense of character, then what happens? As the saying goes, friends, when you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And this is the biggest fall of most hated prime minister in the history of Canada. That is Mr. Justin Trudeau. Thank you for joining us, friends. Please make sure to like the video, comment on your comment, and share your opinions, and also share the video with as many as you can and expose these hypocrites. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.